Hi everyone, and welcome to day 13 of our Power of the Breath, 14 days of breath work. So today's practice is called Brahmari Breath, which is absolutely lovely breath, this one. It's slightly different. It's also called a Bumblebee breath because it's a very oral sort of type of breath work. So we're actually going to make a sound like a bit like a humming bee. So the beauty behind this type of technique is we were actually working with the throat chakra. So when you're actually doing, it's like a humming sound. And when you're doing the humming sound, it sort of vibrates into the throat chakra. So this is a really good practice to do if you find that you're not saying stuff that needs to be said. So it's particularly good for, if you're suffering from sort of a bit of agitation because you're not either not being heard or you've got stuff you need to say and you're not saying it. But it's a really nice one just to get the sort of vibration. You should actually feel the vibration in your throat. And the beauty of this one as well is in terms of healing, sound tends to be the sort of highest level of healing. So because you're making a sound, it's incredibly calming on the body. So what it does do, it's really good actually if you've got headaches, if you're suffering from migraines. It's also a bit of a cooling one again. So it is actually quite if you are suffering from anxiety, tension, or anything along those lines, it's quite an instant relief from it as well. So it's quite a nice, very easy one just to remember to do. It's good for helping concentration. It's good for memory and things like that because you're going to get the blood supply to the head because you're actually bringing the energy to the head. It's also good for reducing blood pressure as well, and it just really helps calm your mind down. So if you are going to meditate, it's a really nice one to do before you start meditating because it just really brings everything sort of down. It's really lovely. The only thing I would say is we're going to do sort of holding into the ears, so we're closing off the ears a little bit. So if you do have any issues with your ears, I would probably avoid this one or just don't press too hard. It can make your mouth a little bit dry because we're actually doing a humming sound in your mouth. So make sure you've got water handy. And those things really are probably the main things. We're going to just repeat it for about 3 or 4 times. We're going to do the breath about 3 or 4 times. And I probably wouldn't go much more than that, sort of, and then to leave it a little bit. So it's quite nice to do on an empty stomach, probably first thing in the morning or last thing at night. It will help you sleep if you do it last thing at night. So it's a really lovely breath. It is a sound one. So I will basically, what we're going to do is we're going to close up the throat a little bit like we did with the UGI breath. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and then we're going to close our mouth, and then we're going to do like a humming noise. So it's going to be a little bit like breathing in. Losing a bit at the end there. So it sounds like a humming bee, bumblebee, hummingbird, with the two, humming sound. Now, what we try to do when we're actually doing the in-breath, we just allow the in-breath to come, but then when we're doing the out-breath, we just close off the ears. So, the little, this little bit here, the tragus of the ear, we just push that in. So with your thumbs, you just close that off, so you've got no distractions there. So we're going to breathe in, close off the ears. So you'll find it's quite a lot louder when you have your ears closed. What I quite like doing as well, which you can do if you feel comfortable doing, you can either close your eyes or you can bring your hands over your eyes, put your thumbs in your ears. So you're just nice bit of darkness there. Breathing in through the nose, closing off the ears. Always lose it a bit at the end, and take a nice deep breath in, and then the same again. So we do that about 3 or 4 times. It is incredibly calming, and it's quite a nice one. It's probably something you probably do in the privacy of your own car or outside somewhere, or somewhere in your own home. So it does actually build confidence up as well, actually, to be honest with you, if you're happy doing it. I mean, I like doing this one. It's quite nice. I tend to do it the first thing in the morning as well. If I'm feeling a little bit agitated, it's quite nice because it just allows me to really calm everything down before I do any other type of breath work. So shall we try that one more time together? So again, either closing off your eyes with your hands or just closing your eyes generally. So breathing in, closing it off the ears, closing the eyes, and breathing out, humming out. A bit of a wobble at the end there. You get my drift. It's actually quite nice. When I used to do it, when we were doing our yoga teacher training, we used to do it in a big group all at the end of a class, and it's quite nice because we had about 3 or 4 guys doing it with us as well, so their sort of humming was quite a bit deeper than ours, so there was a beautiful modulation of sort of like quite high sort of buzzing or humming, and then quite low resonant humming, and it was a really lovely feeling. You can almost feel the vibrations in the room. It was actually quite powerful. So it is quite a powerful breath. It's a really nice breath to do, but it's probably somewhere you need to be a little bit more quiet and private to do that one. So until later, I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight at 7 o'clock, because we're doing our hours of breath work and meditation. It will be live on Facebook in the normal group, and also I'll put the link under this under here as well, so you can join us live if you want to via Zoom. But it's 7 o'clock tonight, and it'll be about an hour long. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. Take care. Bye. Any problems at all, give me a shout.